Hello everyone, my name is Phawx. This is going to be my unboxing of the GPD Win 3 dock. GPD sent this over to me a few days ago, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at what it offers. The only thing that I would say it might be a little bit odd is I think that there would be a cover over this, like a top part of the case, and then you would open that up and then you'd have this flap. But this is how it arrived to me, so potentially this might be how it is, or there might be a case on top of it. Very quickly, let's go ahead and take a look at the back and see what it offers us. So we have USB 3.1 AF Gen 2. This is the protocol. There is a total 10 gigabit data transfer rate between the bottom port here and this dock itself. HDMI 2.0A. USB-C supports video charging and data transmission. So what that means is that when you, through this one port, you can pass through the power, you can export video out, which will be on the back of this unit via HDMI, and you can also do data transfer as well via USB as well as RJ45. So basically you have this one lane, you have a giant lane of 10 gigabits worth of traffic that you can pass a bunch of stuff through. RJ45 right there, so it has up to 1 gigabit, and then supports Windows. It'll support Linux as well. It should support Linux as well because it's just USB-C pass-through. What I've been using in my videos that you guys have seen whenever I've done the dock is I'm using this Lenovo USB-C dock. Pretty much the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and unplug this HDMI port from it. But you can see right here there's a USB-C pass-through, so this is what you would put in to have power come in, and that would get passed through to this, and then you can have HDMI out. So this is really just like a breakout hub. And more to the point, that's what this is, but it's designed for the GPD Win 3. So let's go ahead and take a look at the business end of this. And it's in there secure. Okay, so it's in there. And then we have this translucent part that with the cutout opening for the fan, so that this is where air comes in. This is pretty nice. Is there anything else in this box? No. Okay. So that's that. Let's go ahead and box this back up. Put that in there. Put this over here. Put that on the side. Let's go ahead and undo the dock itself. Oh, neat. It's got a little connector there. But what's going on here? Oh, wait, why would they have that? This is right where the speakers line up. Let me go ahead and undo this real quick. Well, before I do that, let me go, oh, silly me. So this goes, okay, so that's how it goes in, which is a little interesting because, you have this little curve right here, and I thought that would have hugged it, but it obviously doesn't because this is not wide enough. Yeah, that'll be why. Okay. All right, so these lipped parts are facing outward, and then you have this translucent case here. This is where the fan inlet is. Let's take a look at the ports on the back. Okay, so we have our USB-C pass-through right here. We have our HDMI 2.0 port. We have 3 USB-A, and then the RJ45 port right there. I'm going to go ahead and try to plug that in as well so that we can make use of that. I'm going to go ahead and take this out, which I've been using for mouse control. So we'll plug in here. See how rapidly that gets solved. It should just kind of just work. We'll go ahead and take this HDMI that I have over here that is going to this TV over yonder. Okay. And I will take the power that I have in front of me and kind of lazily plug it in this way. So we're over here. Okay, now this is plugged in. So this is more or less how you would always have it, so that you would have it docked at your house to always be connected to an external display. You would then connect this. Let's see if it just, how does this work? Oh, yeah, it goes right in. Okay. We've connected. Right. And if we look over here, all right, so here we are. I'm now capturing that HDMI out. What I'm going to do is take this. Which one is this? Identify in screen 2. Right now, this is at 1920 by 1080. We'll go ahead and do 4K like it says it can do. Okay, so we're at 4K right now. The frequency still seems to be pretty high. We'll go to graphic settings. Advanced display settings. go here. Now this says that this is 4K 60 Pro. This is my Elgato capture card, and it is 4K 60. What is... Yeah, color does not look off, as you can clearly see. What you guys should see on your side, you would see dithering in the text. It would be very, very noticeable. Let me see if I can reduce the resolution scale and see if we can't notice it. No, this is indeed 4K 60 444. Okie dokie. So I've gone ahead and plugged in the RJ45 port. We're going to go ahead and test speeds on that right now. And yeah, we're fully saturating. So this is pulling through my network attached storage at my house. I am getting full 1 gigabit transfer rate out of that port on the back of that unit. So this particular dock is a little bit better than mine because my dock, the HDMI 2.0 port, is an older spec, which only does 4K 30. I can do 4K 60, but with 420 chroma subsampling. And this looks like it's doing 4K 60 at 444. It's really easy to tell because you would see text dithering, like dithered text, really, really easily. And this looks very sharp and clear. So you can do actually 4K 60 through this port via HDMI. Let's go ahead and do something dumb and run Heaven at 4K and see how bad it runs. Again, this is the 1135 G7 version. So resolution is at system, so we'll do that. We'll keep everything else at low because 4K is already a tremendously hard thing to run. So this is the GPD Win 3 outputting at 4K right now. So that's pretty much it. I mean, the dock is very straightforward. It's extremely plug and play. You can see right now I have my one mouse port in here. I don't have an extra keyboard that I can be plugging into this right now. Here's the HDMI that I was pushing to this TV that's right up over here. Here's my RJ45, which you saw that was able to easily saturate the full gigabit port. And then we have our power pass-through right there, which you've also been able to see. Again, if you look on the bottom right here, this is fully charged and it shows that it's plugged in. So power is coming in and satisfying this right here. It's altogether very straightforward, better than this device. This is obviously, at the time, this was very expensive, but you can have hubs that are less expensive than this. But for an integrated solution, and then like even looking where the fan sits, I'm gonna have to undo some of these ports. That. You can see that we have a full clearance for all the fan right there and tons of area for air to come in and then exhaust out. So all told, like it's pretty nice. I would say that having this dock makes more sense to have the black version of the GPD Win 3 because that would just match much better overall. Not sure what this is for. I guess just to let air escape with whatever heat buildup is from the PCB inside. Just from mostly it would just be from the power, but this is more than enough. But yeah, pretty impressive to say the least. Having used it now, if you wanted to have a Switch-like experience and dock your machine so that when you wanted to use it at like your main desktop, again, this machine is extremely powerful. So the Willow Cove CPU cores are more than enough for you to do really what you want to do. So having one of the things that I didn't like with this particular unit, insofar as it's a game console first. With the dock allows you to basically leverage being able to use it as a computer again, which is super important to me on these types of devices. I'm not the biggest fan of docking things, but if you were looking at something to connect this to an external display, it's a nice solution, especially an all-in-one solution that is going to make sure that the unit can properly breathe while still getting power and having everything all lined up. The RJ45 port works perfectly. Everything else is kind of just working as it should. You have 10 gigabits of data transfer available across everything. So all three of those USB ports, the 1 gigabit from the RJ45 jack, your Ethernet port, then you have power coming in, and then the HDMI display out. So really kind of super worthwhile. Anyway, that is my quick look and unboxing of the GPD Win 3 dock. As always, guys, thank you for your time, and thanks for watching.